So in this video, we are going to learn few concepts of React, that how React works and why we choose React and how React is fast, why React app is fast, and some basics of overview of React's use state and use effect hooks. So basically, I'm starting this video series. Maybe I'll be releasing a few more concepts in the React ecosystem and explaining the concept in an easy way. And this is my first time, so if I'll go somewhere wrong, just forgive me for that. And let's just start the video. So we will be understanding today that first thing is why to choose React and how React is fast. So to answer this particular question, I would say in the one line of sentence that React handles the DOM manipulation very quickly. So what does it mean? How the DOM manipulation happens and how React can handle this quickly. So to understand this, firstly we have to roll back a little bit and understand what DOM manipulation actually is. So whenever we create an regular HTML, CSS, JavaScript applications, right? So in that particular scenario, what DOM manipulation used to be, we used to write something such as a document dot select ID and then update that particular node of the DOM. So, but here comes the point that what actually a DOM is. Then we will understand how React handles it and what React do in this particular scenario. So what actually a DOM is? So in this layman term, I have made an object. So in the end of the day, what DOM we can represent? DOM represent the HTML object, right? This object consists of all the tags properties that we have used in our application. So this is what a JavaScript creates the React DOM, right? Browser creates the React DOM. So in this particular scenario, we can see we have particular some of the div, some HTML tags and everything. So in the older version, how we used to do, if we have to change this p tag, so we used to do document dot get element by ID and then update this p tag. In that particular case, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, we used to render whole DOM. It does not matter of this tag we are changing or anything. But when React was introduced, it is introduced as a virtual DOM. So what actually a virtual DOM is? To understand the virtual DOM, as now previously even I was confused what is virtual DOM, but now as we know that it creates a JavaScript object, right? Same object. What React does is it copies that particular object, whatever has been created, and name it as an virtual DOM. We used to call it as a virtual DOM. What React does now, listen to me very carefully from here. React has a diff algorithm, right? Has a diff algorithm by which React compare the difference between the original DOM and this particular updated DOM. So what do I mean by this? So React does reconciliation of the original DOM with the virtual or updated DOM, right? So what React does, it keeps the updated DOM and it does not, if suppose we are we are updating any particular field in React, what React does is it just updates that particular field, not the whole DOM. That's why React handles the DOM manipulation very quickly, and that is the reason React is fast. Now now React is using React Fiber as an algorithm, as a diff algorithm. So you can read an article on the React Fiber. It is super amazing. So what to understand, to make things very more understandable, I have created this diagram. So in the older version, if we have changed this particular node of the object, what used to happen? Okay, whole object used to be updated. Whole tree get re-renders, right? What React does is, if this particular object is being updated, if something is being added in this object, only this object will be re-rendered, right? Only this object will re-render. Now now we have saved the computation for this. So that's why React is fast, right? Hope I have made you understand a bit something, right? So next come is why React So we have learned React is fast, right? React is fast. React handles the DOM manipulation very quickly. React does reconciliation. React does diff algorithm and matches all the previous tree and to the current tree. And it does update that particular node into that tree. It acts as a middleware, right? It does not let you to update the original DOM. It just take the tree, passes it, and see the changes and update that change in the actual tree. React handles the DOM manipulation in the actual DOM tree. So now, why React app is fast? So basically, this is a term that I have read. So React app is fast. This is also an interview question. So why React app is fast? Because React app is use so many of libraries, right? React is particularly a library, right? It is a library. It's a lightweight library, but to help React, there are so many things surrounded by React. When we create a React app, let's say I have created this app with a Vite, right? So in this scene, we have a node module. Node module have consist of so many libraries. So it is a whole ecosystem of React. Small libraries come and make React fast, right? So to explain that, we have Babel, right? Babel, what does it does? It converts the JSX code into the normal JavaScript function, right? So that's what it is, not a part of React, but it does support React. So that's why React ecosystem, and there are a bunch of other libraries we will be using when I'll be creating some projects or anything. So we will be using many other libraries that makes React app fast, right? Whole bundle app fast. So now the overview of UL, use state and use effect. To understand that, if we have something, so I'm just teaching is someone is very beginner and new to React, right? So whenever we used to, whenever in JavaScript, if we used to declare any variable, so we can just do a b something and some name, right? Some name. So, but React, what it does is, if you are using a variable and you are using a component, right? This is a React component, basically. I forgot to tell you. So it is just a normal JavaScript function, but it uses import export. So we used to call it as a React component, and we can create multiple components and sync together and make a website. So basically, this whole component will be render if something will change. So we cannot use a local variables to store some data into it into the component. So what React provides is, React provides us a use state hook. What is hook? We'll understand that later. But first thing, what is the use state hook? Use state hook is a something place that you can create your own variables, right? How to create those? So this is what we are doing a destructuring here. So we can say, let's say count, and we can name it. The second thing here is, I'll explain you. So the second thing here is set count, right? So in this particular portion, React want you to give an initial value. So if I'm giving the initial value as 0, we can give it as one, like string or boolean or anything. But in this case, we are giving it the 0. So what it does is, it take this count number and put it into this variable. So first statement in the use state is going to be a variable, and the second statement is going to be a function that helps to change or modify this particular variable, whatever this particular variable is holding any value. What does it mean? So by that I mean, if we have to return, if we have to return one, something like count, right? Count. So here we can say count simply. So in this count, what we have 0. See, it's telling us the type of number, right? So we have 0. But let's say we have a button, right? Let's say we have a button, and on click of this button, there is basically, just going fast, but there is bunch of functions that React provides. So on click is something that we can use. So on click takes a callback function and takes the, so now we are doing is calling this state function, right? State function over here, and telling it, just make the, on whenever we click this button, make the count variable increased, or change the count variable value by, let's say we were having the 0. Now we are making, on the click we are making it 5. right? So now if I have to run this application and show you guys really quickly,